a lot of different objects on Mars that people see or think they see in various rover images. And it's really hard to dismiss them because they do look exactly like sculptures that human beings make. And even after a massive cataclysm, like what apparently took place on Mars, you're going to find remnants from a lost civilization that's just leaving behind those last hints that we were here.
Mars has always been a topic of great interest for humans, sparking questions about whether we could ever live there. One of the biggest questions is if colonizing Mars is possible.
I'd be surprised if we don't have humans on Mars within 10 years. And then we're going to aim to have a lot of humans and build a city on Mars and a base on the Moon.
Recently, famous physicist Brian Cox shared his thoughts on this idea. What he revealed might surprise you, as it challenges the idea of building a large human settlement on Mars. So, can we live on Mars in the future? And if we can, how would we overcome all the difficulties involved? The UFO search on Mars. NASA's missions to Mars have played a major role in space exploration.
Trying to do is get a preponderance of evidence together so that we can prove the point that there's ruins all over the planet. And just as you would here on Earth, you're going to look for straight lines, parallel lines, circles, squares, rectangles, things of this nature. And when you find them, then you can start to zoom in on areas and look for even stronger details.
These missions focus on learning more about Mars, investigating whether it once supported life, and assessing the possibility of humans living there in the future.
A snapshot from Mars has rocked the scientific world, changing the way we think about the red planet. And at the front of the research, a team of Australian scientists.
The journey began in the 1960s and has expanded over time. NASA has launched spacecraft to fly by Mars, enter its orbit, land on its surface, and explore with rovers. Their goal has been to gather as much information as possible about our intriguing red neighbor. Initially, missions involved simple flybys to capture images and collect basic data. As technology advanced, NASA took bigger steps, such as landing the Viking spacecraft to search for signs of life and deploying the Pathfinder mission along with its small rover, Sojourner, to get a closer look at the Martian landscape. Mars, the fourth planet from the Sun, is cold and dry, resembling a vast desert with a very thin atmosphere. While it appears barren, Mars experiences seasonal changes like Earth. It has polar ice caps, enormous canyons, and ancient volcanoes that are no longer active. Evidence suggests that Mars was once warmer and had liquid water, possibly enough to sustain life. This possibility has fueled NASA's interest in studying Mars further. By analyzing its terrain, climate, and geological history, they aim to understand how Mars transitioned from a planet with rivers and oceans to the dry world we see today. This is why NASA continues to send missions to collect data and seek answers to the big question: did life ever exist on Mars? At the forefront of this exploration are two of NASA's most advanced robotic explorers, the Curiosity and Perseverance rovers. These sophisticated machines are equipped with a range of tools and instruments designed to examine the red planet in great detail. Curiosity, the older of the two, was sent to Mars as part of the Mars Science Laboratory mission and landed in Jezero Crater in August 2012. Its primary objectives have been to determine if Mars ever had conditions suitable for microbial life, study the planet's weather and geology, and gather information that could help prepare for future human missions. Over the years, Curiosity has acted as a Martian detective, uncovering evidence that rivers and lakes once flowed on the planet. It has also detected chemical compounds essential for life and recorded seasonal changes in atmospheric gases, all of which support the idea that Mars may have once been habitable. Now, let's turn to Perseverance, the more advanced of the two rovers. It landed in Jezero Crater on February 18, 2021, in an area believed to have been an ancient lake billions of years ago. Perseverance's mission is to search for signs of past microbial life in this former lake bed, analyze Mars's rocks and climate history, and collect samples that could eventually be sent back to Earth. But Perseverance isn't just searching for life, it's also testing new technologies. One of its key experiments is MOXIE, a device designed to produce oxygen from Mars's carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere. If successful, this could be a crucial step toward helping future astronauts breathe and even generate fuel on Mars. Another groundbreaking addition is the Ingenuity helicopter, a small aerial vehicle sent to test powered flight in the thin Martian air. This experiment has demonstrated that controlled flight on Mars is possible, paving the way for future aerial exploration to scout terrain and guide rovers. Both Curiosity and Perseverance serve as NASA's robotic eyes and hands on Mars, helping scientists analyze the planet's makeup, climate, and potential for past life. These rovers are crucial for understanding Mars's history and preparing for the possibility of human exploration. Studying Mars up close also teaches us more about our own planet, how planetary environments change over time, and what conditions are necessary to support life. In the quiet expanse of Mars, a small but powerful helicopter named Ingenuity has made history. It was sent with Perseverance not to explore the surface, but to achieve something unprecedented: flight in the thin Martian atmosphere. This achievement was groundbreaking. It marked the first time a powered aircraft had flown on another planet, much like the Wright brothers' first flight on Earth, but on an entirely different world. Ingenuity may be small compared to the rovers, but its impact is huge. It has changed the way we think about planetary exploration. Before Ingenuity, Mars exploration was limited to rovers moving across the surface at a slow pace. Now, this tiny helicopter has shown that flight is possible, offering a new perspective from the skies. Instead of navigating around obstacles like large rocks and deep valleys, future missions could use flying vehicles to quickly and safely survey terrain from above. Jezero Crater. NASA's Perseverance rover mission is the latest journey to Mars and marks a major advancement in our efforts to learn more about the mysterious red planet. This high-tech rover, part of the Mars 2020 initiative, reflects our ongoing drive to explore new frontiers and expand our understanding of the universe. Perseverance's mission is packed with groundbreaking objectives. Its primary goal is to search for signs of ancient microscopic life, a discovery that could reshape our perspective on life beyond Earth. Beyond the hunt for past life, the rover is also studying Mars rocks and weather, helping scientists prepare for future astronaut missions. A key part of its work involves collecting samples of Martian soil and rock, which upcoming missions may bring back to Earth for closer examination. The rover began its long journey from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on July 30, 2020. It took Perseverance 7 months to cover the 300 million-mile distance to Mars. The timing of the launch was carefully planned to take advantage of the ideal alignment between Earth and Mars, making the trip as fuel-efficient as possible. This mission is far more than just another space expedition. It has the potential to change our understanding of the cosmos and the possibility of life beyond our planet. Perseverance's journey isn't just about reaching a new world, but about gathering knowledge that could benefit humanity. By studying the Martian landscape and atmosphere, scientists hope to uncover secrets that have been buried for billions of years, revealing insights into the planet's past and our place in the universe. Perseverance is the most advanced rover ever sent to Mars, building on the lessons and design improvements from its predecessor, Curiosity. What makes this rover unique is its cutting-edge tools and features designed specifically for its challenging tasks. One of its standout experiments is MOXIE, a device designed to produce oxygen from the carbon dioxide that dominates Mars's atmosphere. Alongside MOXIE, Perseverance is equipped with some of the most sophisticated cameras and sensors ever sent to another planet. But it's not just what's inside that makes it remarkable. Its exterior holds surprises, too. Perseverance didn't travel alone. It brought along a small companion named Ingenuity. This tiny helicopter is a game-changer, as it is the first to fly in Mars' thin atmosphere. Ingenuity's flights could transform the way we explore space, making it easier to scout distant terrain. But these technologies aren't just impressive. They are crucial to the mission's success. By analyzing Mars's surface, Perseverance is helping scientists piece together the planet's history and determine whether life once existed there. Every image it captures and every sample it gathers brings us closer to answering some of the biggest questions about Mars and extraterrestrial life. Each instrument on Perseverance was specifically chosen and designed for this mission. Together, they provide scientists with a clearer view of Mars than ever before. This mission isn't just about exploring another world. It's about collecting data that could one day make human life on Mars a reality. By studying the Martian environment and testing new technologies like MOXIE, we are laying the groundwork for astronauts to visit and, perhaps in the future, settle on the Red Planet. The selection of Jezero Crater as Perseverance's landing site was not random. It was a deliberate choice based on its scientific significance and its potential to hold evidence of past life. This region serves as a natural record of Mars's history, as it once contained a river that flowed into a lake, forming a delta. Picture a place where water once moved, carrying and depositing different minerals and sediments. These layered deposits could hold clues about Mars's watery past, and even the possibility of ancient life. Jezero Crater is a goldmine for scientists because it contains a variety of rock types, including clays and carbonates. Clays are valuable because they can preserve organic materials, hinting at conditions that may have supported life. Carbonates, on the other hand, can store fossilized traces of past organisms and provide insight into the planet's climate history. Right after Perseverance touched down, it quickly transitioned from its landing mode to being fully operational, like flipping a switch from being a passenger to taking the wheel. One of the first things it did was activate its hazard cameras. These aren't just regular cameras. They serve as the rover's eyes, helping it detect potential dangers and obstacles on Mars. Think of them as a built-in safety helmet with a flashlight. These cameras capture images of the terrain and surrounding rocks, allowing the team on Earth to determine the rover's next moves. These initial images are crucial. They mark the rover's first look at its new environment and the beginning of its Mars adventure. They also help the team confirm that Perseverance landed safely and is ready to carry out its mission. On top of that, they offer a first glimpse of the Martian landscape, almost as if we're experiencing it alongside the rover. But Perseverance isn't just there to take pictures. It has much bigger objectives. It acts as a scout, paving the way for future astronauts. Its mission is to uncover details about Mars's history, almost like a detective piecing together a case. It's also testing new technology that could one day assist human explorers on Mars. One of these experiments is the MOXIE project, an innovative device designed to extract oxygen from the Martian atmosphere, which is mostly carbon dioxide. If successful, this could be a major breakthrough for future astronauts who will need oxygen for breathing and rocket fuel for their return journey or further exploration. Another key task is collecting samples from the Martian surface. Perseverance is gathering pieces of rock and soil to be brought back to Earth on future missions. This isn't just about collecting souvenirs. It's about uncovering secrets hidden within Mars geology that might reveal whether life ever existed there. Brain Cox's perspective on Mars colonization. Professor Brian Cox, a well-known physicist, has doubts about humanity's ability to colonize Mars, calling the idea impractical and unappealing. While SpaceX's Elon Musk has big plans to build a self-sustaining city on Mars by 2050, Cox believes it will take at least 20 more years before humans land on the planet, mainly because we don't have the necessary technology yet. While he thinks small research bases may eventually be set up on Mars, he doesn't believe we'll create a full-fledged civilization there. Cox points out the difficulties astronauts face even on the International Space Station, which is just 250 miles from Earth. The situation on Mars, however, would be much worse. The journey to Mars could take up to 9 months, exposing astronauts to dangerous levels of radiation and increasing the risk of health issues like brain damage from cosmic rays. There are also concerns that the space environment could harm the bacteria in astronauts' bodies, making them more likely to get sick. Once astronauts arrive on Mars, things wouldn't get any easier. The planet's thin atmosphere doesn't have any oxygen, and temperatures can vary drastically. To survive, astronauts would need a highly advanced, self-sustaining habitat to provide oxygen, water, and protection from radiation. While Mars does have some frozen water, it's not enough to easily support human life. Despite these challenges, Cox is optimistic about future scientific missions. He expects small, temporary research bases to be established on Mars, but he doesn't think large-scale colonization will ever happen. He also believes that we are more likely to find evidence of past life on Mars rather than successfully living there ourselves. Tracing the trails of ancient water on Mars. The latest research and missions to Mars are revealing fascinating new details about what the planet was like in the past. It turns out Mars may have once had conditions suitable for life, which challenges much of what we previously believed about the planet. This chapter explores the evidence suggesting Mars had a very different history. One of the most significant discoveries is the likelihood that Mars once had large amounts of water, oceans, lakes, and rivers, long ago. This idea is backed by various clues gathered through space missions using orbiting satellites, rovers exploring the surface, and landers touching down on the planet. These findings indicate that Mars was not always the cold, dry world we see today. Instead, it may have had enough water to support life, similar to Earth. When scientists analyze Martian rocks, such as those examined by the Opportunity rover, they find patterns and formations typically created in water. They discovered rocks arranged in layers, which happens when sediment, tiny particles of rock and soil, is moved and deposited by water, as seen in rivers and lake beds on Earth. Some of these rock formations resemble deltas found at river mouths, suggesting water once flowed, spread out, and deposited sediment. Additionally, Martian rocks contain minerals like clays and sulfates, which are particularly interesting because they usually form in water-rich environments on Earth. The presence of these minerals on Mars is yet another indication that bodies of water once existed there. This is important because all known life forms need water to survive. So what does this tell us about Mars's ancient environment? If water was present, the planet may have been capable of supporting life, particularly microscopic organisms. Imagine, Mars might have once harbored tiny creatures in its lakes and rivers, much like the smallest life forms found in water on Earth. But there's more to consider beyond the presence of water. Scientists are working to determine how long this water existed, how much of it there was, and what Mars's climate was like during that time. Did the planet have favorable conditions for life for an extended period, or was it only temporary? These are difficult questions, but answering them could provide insight not only into Mars, but also into the nature of life itself. Finding evidence of ancient water on Mars is more than just an interesting fact about another planet. It could reshape our understanding of life in the universe. On Earth, life is found wherever there is water, from the deepest ocean trenches to tiny droplets trapped inside rocks. If water once flowed on Mars, then maybe, just maybe, life once existed there as well. Based on these findings, researchers believe that if life ever existed on Mars, it may have survived in similar hidden underground environments, using chemicals in the rocks as a source of energy. This idea isn't just speculation. It's based on real scientific studies of extreme life forms on Earth, which help guide the search for life on Mars. The possibility of a deep biosphere on Mars, similar to the hidden ecosystems found in extreme environments on Earth, could change how we think about where life can exist. It suggests that life might be more widespread in the universe than we previously imagined. So why is this important? If Mars once supported life, it would mean Earth is not the only place where life has emerged. It would suggest that life may be far more common in the universe than we ever thought. Every new discovery about water and the potential for life on Mars brings us closer to answering one of humanity's biggest questions. Are we alone in the universe? The search for life on Mars is not just a scientific investigation. It's a journey to understand our place in the cosmos. It's a mystery that continues to unfold, with each new piece of evidence bringing us closer to the bigger picture. Share your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more space-related updates and discoveries.